Hi everyone, I'm Tina from Crocodile Toastmasters Nelspruit. I'm the Sergeant at Arms, and one of my duties is to make sure that our meetings run smoothly and easily, and that's what I'm here for. There are a whole lot of new people joining us today, and I hope that some of the members from last year are rejoining us, and maybe we all just need a bit of a refresher and a reminder of how to look good on Zoom and how to be a good Zoom meeting partner. And that's what I'm going to tell you now, just to freshen up your memory. And those of you who don't know yet, treat this as a hint, as not so much hint as advice on how to look good on Zoom. You never know, you might get interviewed one day, a very big serious interview with your dream job, and you've now learned how to be a good Zoom interviewee, and you may get the job over someone else who doesn't know. So let's start at the top. Prepare for the interview. Remember to show your best. Remember that we're looking at you, and look at what you look like in your camera so that you can see how you look to others. So the first thing is posture. You need at least shoulder, head and shoulders, not like this, peering in, because some people really get too close to the camera and it's not pleasant, and some end up lolling in a chair, and that's no, we don't do that. Sit up as you would in a meeting in a boardroom. If you're meeting with someone, you're sitting up, you're attentive, you're listening, you are there, not somewhere else. You with me? Okay, next one. The first thing, and one of the most important ones, and that's almost always forgotten by everyone, is the lighting. One thing you have to remember, whether it's you're taking photos of someone or whether you are sitting in Zoom, you never ever put the light behind the subject. Haven't you ever seen photos of people or been in a Zoom meeting where all you see is a silhouette and you can't see the person's face? That's because the light is behind the person or slightly above. And that doesn't work. So the first thing you must do is find a good, perfect spot in your room where you're going to have the meeting, where the light is on you, whether it's electric light or a window or both. Make sure it shines onto you and your face without blinding you, so that we who are with you in this meeting can see you, because that's what we want to see your face. Be very aware also of an overhead light. And if you are not positioning your phone properly or your computer, then that light also blinds us slightly above you or behind you. So choose your spot carefully. If need be, get hold of a friend and Zoom them and ask them, what does it look like? But be aware of this, because it's one of the biggest mistakes people make, and it's so unpleasant to have a Zoom meeting where you can barely see the person, or there's light shining in, or you know what I mean. Okay. Your posture, head and shoulders, face the camera. Don't have something over there. Don't keep looking somewhere else. Remember, you're talking to us. You're actually talking to us individually, because each one of us has their own laptop or camera, whatever we're using. So you need to be looking at the camera. And if you're at a laptop, look at that little light or just below it, so that you're actually looking at us and not somewhere else. Okay, that's very important too. And then right, placing your phone, so important. The first thing you must do is find the right spot, lighting, everything is right. Now you put your phone there so that it's secure. You also need to make sure your phone is level with your head and shoulders, not down here where you look down and we look up at your nostrils. We don't want to see that. We want to see your face. You follow? So check where you can set your phone up. And can you see how I'm fiddling with it now? That's because I've moved it. And a lot of people do that when they start the meeting, and they start fiddling and moving around, and then some of them walk to the kitchen and get a cup of coffee or something. And all of that's a no-no. The other one is, once they've started, then they start fiddling with the phone, and we have to see their hand for a minute. Stop it. You get all this set up before the meeting, so that once you're happy with where your phone is, you make sure it's secure. Use press stick or books or something. It must be at the right level, and it must show you favorably, with the light favorably, and that you don't have to fiddle with it anymore during the meeting. Okay, you got me? You're going to do that, hey? And then, what else? Let me just make sure I don't miss anything here. Remember to position your phone landscape, not portrait. Portrait means we only see that much of you, and that's not right. Landscape gives us a lot more visual, and also if you're someone who uses language like me, you can see it, all right? And then what else? Another important aspect, not like anything I've told you isn't important, but the mic. When we speak, we need to unmute the mic, but it's also very important that you mute the mic when you've finished. So if you have a question, you unmute the mic and you raise your hand so that people can see you want to ask something. You ask, or you have the interaction, and when you're finished, you mute your mic again. Why do we do that? Because sometimes there are 10, 15, 20 people, and if somebody's giving a speech and all the mics are on, there's so much background noise, it's very distracting for the person giving a speech. So it's not nice, okay? It's also, what if you sneeze or cough, and then we have to hear the sneezing and coughing? So you mute your mic, except when it's your turn or your duty or whatever it is you're doing, then you unmute it. So please be aware of that, because it's just the polite thing to do. And focus on your team. Remember that even though we are virtual and we're not in the same room, we are in the same room, just on camera. So focus on your team. Look at us, because this is the only contact we have with you. Look at us, look at the camera, make sure that you're looking at us and not all over the place. Make sure you've let whoever it is you're living with, you've let them know you're in a meeting, and that it's very important that they don't interrupt you. So you actually make sure you're in a room on your own, the door is closed, and try and get them to adhere to that. Now, I know that's difficult if some of you have got young kids. That's a bit tricky, but you have to teach them as well. So tell them you're busy with the meeting. Please, can they be quiet, or give them something to do? It also stops dogs and cats coming in and talking to you while you're on Zoom. Some of us who have cats have that problem. They come walking across while we're busy. So that, I think, is all the points I've got for you. And I hope that this helps you a little bit to prepare for this evening. We start at 6, so please start logging in at 5:45, especially if you're not sure and you've got questions, that we can help talk you through it, because we actually want to start promptly at 6. So in order to make sure we do that, everybody should log in from 5:45. You can even log in a little bit earlier, but from 5:45, so that we can help you if there's something you're not sure of. If you've got a question for me, please, I'm on the group. It's Tina, and you can WhatsApp me, and I'll be happy to chat to you or answer any question you may still have. I look forward to seeing you tonight. We're going to have lots of fun, and you're going to learn lots more stuff than just this. This is just to make sure our meetings run smoothly. Thank you for watching this, for taking it to heart, and I look forward to a bunch of very professional new teammates, and I won't say old, I'll say existing teammates. Thanks, guys. See you tonight.